From the team behind Animal Kingdom Rhymes, we present the Parent Series.
Animal Kingdom Rhymes.
Something changes the moment you become a parent. The world gets bigger and smaller at the same time. You're suddenly responsible for someone who has no framework yet for how anything works, who hasn't learned that hard feelings pass, that difficult moments end, that the world is generally going to be okay. And for a while, without anyone telling you this, you become their whole reference point for all of it. That's an extraordinary thing to carry. And most people carry it for years without ever being given the real picture of what's happening inside their child. Welcome to the Parent Series. This show is for parents who want to understand what's actually going on. Not tips for surviving the tough days, but the understanding that changes how you experience this whole thing. Today, we're starting with the foundation. Not a list of techniques, not 5 steps to fix anything. The foundation. The way of seeing your child that makes everything else make sense. Here it is. Most of what looks like difficult behavior in young children isn't difficult behavior at all. It's development happening in real time, loudly, messily, and exactly as it's supposed to. The most important thing to understand about a young child's mind is that it is genuinely, physically unfinished. Not in a they just need to learn better sense, in a structural, biological sense. The emotional center of the brain, the part that generates big feelings and reacts to the world, is fully operational from early on. It fires hard, it fires fast, and it doesn't wait for permission. The part of the brain that manages those feelings, that puts things in perspective, that self-regulates, that makes considered decisions, is still being constructed. That process doesn't complete until well into adulthood. What this means is that a young child is running on an emotional system that is powerful and reactive, with very little capacity yet to manage either of those things. Not by choice, by biology. The moment you hold that truth, the moment it becomes part of how you see your child, everything becomes a little less personal. A little less about what they're doing to you, and a lot more about where they are in their development. That's the shift. And it's the most useful shift you'll make. So what does that actually look like, day to day? It starts with a question. Not what's wrong with them, but what's happening for them right now. That shift in question changes everything about how you respond. One question looks for a problem to fix. The other looks for a child who needs something. And more often than not, what they need is you. Not a consequence, not a correction, not a lecture. You, calm, present, steady. Children don't self-regulate on their own. Not young children. They co-regulate. They borrow the calm from the people around them. When you stay grounded in a difficult moment, your nervous system actually influences theirs. That's not a metaphor. That's biology. You are their external regulation system until their internal one is developed enough to take over. And that takes years, which means every time you stay calm when things get hard, you are actively building something in your child that will last their entire life. That's the role. Not perfect, not always right, but present and regulated enough to be a safe place for them to come back to. Here's something that changes things when you really land on it. Behavior is communication. All of it. Not just the good behavior, the difficult behavior too. When a child is dysregulated, when they're melting down, shutting down, lashing out, refusing to cooperate, they are not trying to make your life harder. They are communicating something they don't yet have the words or the skills to say any other way. They might be overwhelmed. They might be exhausted. They might be scared or hungry or overstimulated. Or they just need more connection than they've gotten today, and they have no idea how to ask for it. The behavior is the message. And your job, as much as you can manage it, is to be curious about the message rather than reactive to the delivery. That's hard. We're not wired to stay curious when someone is screaming at us. But understanding that the behavior is a signal, not a statement about your parenting or your child's character, is what opens up a completely different kind of response. There's a phrase that comes up a lot when parents are frustrated. They should know better. And I want to gently push back on that. Knowing better is a cognitive function. It requires the ability to hold a rule in mind while you're emotionally activated, weigh it against what you want to do right now, and choose the rule. That is a sophisticated mental operation. It is genuinely difficult for an adult. For a young child, it's nearly impossible in the heat of a moment. What looks like not knowing better is often just a brain that isn't ready yet. And being frustrated at a child for not having a developed prefrontal cortex is a bit like being frustrated at a toddler for not being able to drive. The development is happening. It just takes time. And what builds it isn't punishment for not having it yet. What builds it is a safe relationship where they feel understood well enough to keep trying. You're not lowering the bar when you understand where they actually are. You're building the foundation for the bar to eventually mean something. One of the most practical things to understand is the sequence. Connection first, then correction. This isn't about being soft or letting everything go. Boundaries matter. Expectations matter. Structure matters. But the order in which you do things determines whether any of it actually lands. A child who doesn't feel connected to you in a moment is not in a state to receive anything from you. Their brain is defended. They're in survival mode, not learning mode. And trying to correct someone who is defended just creates more defense. But when you meet them first, when you get on their level, acknowledge what they're feeling, help them feel heard, even for 30 seconds, the nervous system shifts. The defenses come down, and now you have access. Now the boundary can be stated and actually heard. This isn't giving in, it's sequencing. And the difference between a child who comes back to you after a difficult moment and one who shuts down further often comes down to which order you went in. Here's something that takes the pressure off, if you let it. You don't have to get it right the first time or the 100th time. You just have to be willing to come back. Repair is one of the most powerful things that happens in a parent-child relationship, and one of the most overlooked. When you lose your patience, when you respond badly, when the moment gets away from you, going back afterward and acknowledging it matters more than the original mistake. Not a long explanation, not a justification, just, I got frustrated earlier and I didn't handle that well. I love you. That's it. What that does for a child is profound. It shows them that relationships survive difficulty, that disconnection doesn't have to be permanent, that the person they love most can make a mistake and still choose to come back and make it right. That is not a lesson they learn from perfection. That is a lesson they only learn from repair. And it's one of the most important things you can teach them. It helps to hold the longer view sometimes. What are you actually building across all these years? You're building a person who knows how to feel something difficult without being destroyed by it, who knows how to come back to someone after conflict, who understands that being overwhelmed doesn't mean something is wrong. It means you need support, who trusts that asking for help is not weakness. Those things don't come from never struggling. They come from struggling and having someone there who didn't abandon ship. The moments that feel the hardest, the moments you're sure you're doing it wrong, those are often the exact moments where the most important learning is happening. Not despite the difficulty, because of it. Your child doesn't need a perfect parent. They need a real one. One who shows up, stays present when it's hard, repairs when they get it wrong, and keeps coming back. That is what a secure childhood is made of. One more thing before we close today. A lot of parents are carrying weight they don't need to carry. The belief that if you do this right, your child will never struggle. That if you love them enough, hard things won't happen. That every difficult moment is a reflection of a mistake you made somewhere along the way. None of that is true. Struggle is not a sign that something went wrong. It's a sign that life is happening. And your role isn't to eliminate struggle from your child's experience. It's to be the kind of presence that makes the struggle bearable, that helps them know they are not alone in it, that they are capable of getting through it, and that on the other side of something hard, they will be okay. That's the job. Not protection from everything difficult, presence inside it. And you are more capable of that than the hardest days make you feel. That's where we're starting. The foundation, the lens that changes how you see everything else. From here, we're going to go deeper into all of it. The tantrums and why they happen. The lying and what it actually signals. How discipline works when it works, and why it breaks down when it doesn't. How to raise a child who is confident, resilient, and emotionally grounded, not because they were protected from life, but because they were prepared for it. This isn't about telling you what to do. It's about giving you the understanding that helps you figure out what's right for your own child, in your own home, in your own moments. Because you know your child better than any book does, better than any expert does. What you're building here is the understanding that makes that knowledge more powerful. I'm really glad you're here. We'll be back next week. And if something in this landed for you, share it with another parent who needed to hear it. It might be exactly what they've been looking for.